Hello friends, welcome to our channel, or what we call Mathematics Clinic, where we are trying to cure this problem. Alright, in this presentation, this is presentation number 2, we would want to understand what an x-intercept is, as well as a y-intercept. Again, we would also try to learn some skills on sketching a given graph. All right. Okay, so let's now begin by dealing with the intercepts. Okay. Now, these intercepts are defined on a Cartesian plane, the x or y plane, which is what we have here, x or y. Now, we are saying if you have a parabola, all right, suppose this parabola is denoted by f of x, right? You can see that this parabola is cutting the x-axis at 2 points, at point C and point A. So at these 2 points where this parabola is meeting the x-axis or cutting the x-axis, all right, it means at these 2 points we have what we call the x-intercept. To intercept is like to meet, all right? So the parabola has got 2 x-intercepts at point A and point C. Okay, but again, you agree with me, friends, that the same parabola is meeting or cutting the y-axis at B. It means at B we have y-intercept. Now, what you need to know is at x-intercept, y is 0 because at this point you are not making any movements along the y-axis. So at C and A, the value of y is what? 0. Alright? That's why we are saying the points A and C have x-intercept. Hence y is 0 because there isn't any movement because you are just on x, you are standing on x. If you are just on x, y is 0. So at C and A, no movements along the y-axis. Hence y is 0. So what we are saying is that at x-intercept, so if you are dealing with x-intercept, y is 0. Then when you are looking at the y-intercept at point B, at point B, with regard to y, you have covered some distance, so y cannot be 0. So what can be what should be 0 here is x. So if you are on the y-axis, x is 0. If you are on the x-axis, y is 0. It's as simple as that. So we are saying the point B has a y-intercept, hence x is what? 0. These are the 2 points that we need to take note of. Then, in case you still want further explanation, there are some notes here. Alright, I'm just exposing them to the camera. I hope you'll be able to see. Okay? Alright, there are notes here. Okay, I hope you're able to pick them. I hope they are clear. Okay, so there are some explanation. Now, if you are dealing with x-intercept, we are saying y is 0. If you are dealing with y-intercept, x is 0. Those are the 2 important points, 2 important concepts. Alright, so those are the concepts that we are going to use here, even when sketching. They are very important. Okay, let's look at the first one. We are saying y is equal to 2 minus x squared. Alright? So before you even look at what the questions are saying, I would encourage you that we get these variables. A, what is our A? A is a coefficient of a variable that has a degree of 2 or power 2. So negative 1. B is negative 1. And our C is equal to 2, the constant, the one that is alone without a variable. Good. So, Roman numeral 1, A, what is it saying? Find the y-intercept. The y-intercept. Now, the y-intercept, we are looking at a point, so we want a point maybe somewhere here on the y-intercept. So it means the answer here is 2. Just from this, you can tell that the y-intercept is this. Or we are saying if you're dealing with y-intercept, it means the x value is 0. Alright? So what we can do here, for you to find the y-intercept, you're going to say y is equal to, wherever there is x, we put 0. So here is 0 minus 0 to the power 2. Alright? So here there will be 0 and you remain with a 2. So your y-intercept is what? A 2. That's why I said from here, the equation gives you the y-intercept. So you can tell that the y-intercept here is a what? 2. Simple. Alright? Y-intercept is a what? 2. I hope it's clear. Okay, I hope it's clear. I hope it's visible. Okay, so that is how you get the y-intercept. You just substitute, or just by inspection. This is the y-intercept. Then B, here we have to be careful. If you read your notes there, if you want to find the x-intercept, we are saying for x-intercept, alright, y is equal to what? 0. Meaning that here where there is y, I'm going to put 0 as well. So I'll say 0 is equal to 2 minus x squared. Now, you can choose what to use here. You can use the formula or you get the product sum and factors. Alright? So I would prefer we go for the product, then sum, and our factors. I think it could be shorter that way. Again, we have a video specifically on these things. Algebra, if you check on algebra, we have factorization, as well as the quadratic equations and factorization. We also have representation there. So, what is our product? Our product is a times c, negative 1. Our a here, negative 1 times c, which is negative 2, because our c is 2. What is our sum? Our sum is b, which is negative 1. So, we want two factors. When you multiply them, they'll give you negative 2, and when you add, you get negative 1. So, you have negative 2 and what? 1. Because when you multiply these two guys, you get negative 2. And when you add them, you get negative 1. Alright? So now, I can put this on the left-hand side. I say 2 minus x. Okay, let me not just repeat that. So, here, I'll start with the, okay, let me maintain this so that it is equal to 0. Okay, so I'll say 2. Here where there is this, we are going to replace with that. So we have got minus 2x plus x minus x squared is equal to 0. Where am I getting this? Because we have this. So here I'll just put x and the x. So negative 2x and x. So you go for the common factor here, which is 2. 1 minus x. Alright? Here again you go for the common factor, which is what? X. 1 minus x is equal to 0. What is common? 1 minus x. 1 minus x is common, friends. Then 2, and that you put them in brackets as well. 2 plus x is equal to what? 0. Okay? So what that means is that you're going to say 1 minus x is equal to 0, or 2 plus x is equal to what? 0. Alright? Meaning that here negative x is equal to negative 1. We are going to say 0 minus 1, which is negative 1. Alright? So x is going to be 1. When divided by negative 1 throughout, you get x to be 1. Or x is equal to negative 2. Or we can say 0 minus 2, which is negative 2. Okay? So, these are our x-intercepts. So, we have got x is 1 and x is equal to negative 2. So, this question has been addressed. Okay? Okay, so these are our x-intercepts. Okay, let's now go to number 2. C, actually it's C. So C, we have to find the coordinates of the turning point. So negative b over 2a. So we'll say negative, what is our b? Our b is negative 1 over 2, what is our a? Our a is negative 1 as well. Alright? So here you have 1 over, okay, so that's our value. But I have to make mention that on this part of turning points, there is a presentation on this one in the lesson 1, okay, where we looked at how to find the turning point of x and turning point of y. All right, why we are doing this is in order for us to be able to do the sketching. Okay, that's why you have seen that maybe I'm a bit fast on this one, because I assume that we've already looked at lesson 1 where we're dealing with the turning points. Okay, so for the turning point of x, we're saying it's negative b over 2a. Okay, look at lesson 1 where we have a lot on this one. Okay, this is what we are going to get there. Then for the turning point of y, it is 4ac minus b squared over 4a. Again, there is a presentation on this one. So we are going to say 4. What is our a? Again, we'll say negative 1. Our c is what? 2. Minus, what is our b? Negative 1 squared over 4a. Why am I talking about this? Both the sketching require that you go through all these steps. Okay, what is our a? Our a is negative 1. So we have y is equal to, okay, sorry for that. So y is equal to, here you have negative 8 minus 1, all right? Because when you square this, you get 1 over negative 4. Okay, so this is the negative 9 over negative 4. So here, 4 into 9, you have got 2, 1 over 4. So this is what we have here. So the turning point of x is this one, and the turning point of y is that. Again, please look at the lesson 2 where we have a presentation on this one. Okay, then we got the second part where we are asked to sketch. So, for Roman numeral 2, for you to sketch, you need to do the x or y plane. Okay? You need to do the x or y plane. If a question came like this, to say sketch this one, what are you supposed to do? You need to find the x-intercept, you need to find the y-intercept, you need to find the turning points of x. Okay? Take note, the question was talking about the coordinates of the turning point. So if it's the coordinates of the turning point, we are supposed to have negative half, comma, 2, 1 over 4 as coordinates. Okay, so for you to sketch, you need the turning points, the coordinates of the turning point, you need the x-intercept, as well as the y-intercept. Now, before you sketch, you look at a. Is a greater than 0 or a less than 0? We did this in lesson 1. So in this case, our a is what? Negative 1, which is what? Less than what? Less than 0. So if a is less than 0, what kind of a function are we supposed to have, or a parabola are we supposed to have? So we're supposed to have a maximum, all right? Parabola there. Okay. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to just draw this. But we have to take note of the y-intercept. Our y-intercept is what? 2. So what you are going to do, just draw it. We also take note of the coordinates of the turning points. So, you can sketch like this. Okay. This is just a sketch. So, it means at this point, alright, which is the y-intercept, it means this value should be 2 here. Alright? Then here, which is the x-intercept here and there, you are going to put this. Now, if a question just came like this, it means you are supposed to find these first. You find that and this one. Are we together? You find the x-intercept, y-intercept, and the turning points. So in this case, we have x is 1 and negative 2. So it means this point should be negative 2 and this point should be what? 1. How about the turning points? We are saying the turning points is negative. That's why the curve is this side. So maybe it could be somewhere here. So our turning point is here. So we have negative. Our turning point is somewhere here. So we have got 2, 1 over 4. Okay? I did a rough diagram, but alternatively you can try to plot. Alright? You can say the first one is negative 2, 0, which could be here. The other one is 1, 0. Then our 2 is somewhere here. Okay, you can put 2. Then for the turning point, you can also try to plot it. Okay, so that you have got coordinates. Then you join. Maybe we are saying, since this is 2, maybe 1 could be here, so the 0.5 could be here, and this is 2, maybe 2.5 could be somewhere there. So you just try to put these dots, okay, as coordinates. Then you can connect. Then when you are done, you don't forget to name that this is y is equal to 2 minus x squared. That's how you plot. So say if you are to plot, get the x-intercept, y-intercept, x-intercepts, you get the y-intercept as well as the turning points. Okay, I hope that is clear. Let's look at the second question. This question also, number 2, comes out as a standalone question sometimes. Alright, but the approach is the same to question 1. So we are dealing with question 2 here. So to find the coordinates of A, B, and C, you know that for A we need x, y. For B you need x, y. And for C we need what? X, y. Look, we are saying at A we have y-intercept. Hence x is what? 0. So for point A, we know that x already is 0 here. So we have to find y. How do we find y? We just substitute. Or y is 1 here, just by inspection. Alright, when you put 0, you get 1, even just by inspection. It means this point is 1. Okay? Or you can say y is equal to, let me substitute. Because we are saying at this point, at A we are saying x is equal to what? 0 at that point. Because it is at y-intercept. At y-intercept, x is 0. At x-intercept, y is 0. Alright? So, here now we are going to say 2, 0 squared, plus 3, 0, plus what? 1. Which is what? 1. So, even just by inspection, this is the y-intercept. So, meaning that the coordinates of point A are 0, what? 1. Okay? Then you deal with this. So, at points B and C, y is equal to what? 0. Why? Because we are dealing with the x-intercept. So what we are going to do, you write the whole lot of this one equal to 0. Alright? Where there is y here, you put 0, you substitute, just like we did here. So you are going to say 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 is equal to what? 0. Then you can solve this maybe by getting the product, which is the A times C. Again, there is a lesson on this one, either under algebra or quadratic equations. So 1 times that, you get 2. Our sum is equal to what? 3. Okay, so you get factors. 2 numbers, when you multiply them, they'll give you 2. And when you add them, they'll give you 3. And these are what? 1 and 2. Because 1 by 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So we have 2x squared plus x plus 2x plus 1 is equal to what? 0. What is common here? X. You factor out x. So you say 2x plus 1 plus, here there's 2x plus 1. So what is common is a 1. You factor out a 1. So you have got 2x plus 1 is equal to what? 0. So what is common? 2x plus 1. Alright? Then x plus what? 1. So you are going to equate these to what? 0 by the dot 0 product. So here it will be 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0. This means that 2x is equal to negative 1 over 2 over 2. Okay? So our x here is negative half, the first one. Okay? Maybe you may not be able to see nicely. Let me just see this here. I think this part is done. Okay. So in this part, so that we are able to see nicely. So we have 2x plus 1 there's no need of brackets, is equal to 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so we say 2x is equal to 0 minus 1, which is negative 1, over 2 over 2, because 1 find x. Alright, so these will divide, so x is negative half, or x is equal to negative 1. Now, we have x is negative half, and the x is the half. Okay, let's just verify our expression. Okay, because for this, it's not really agreeing. Okay, so let me just verify the numbers. I think the okay, so you've seen x is negative half and the x is a negative 1 here. But this graph that we had, it's as if the graph should go on the right hand side. But in actual sense, the graph was supposed to be like this. Okay, I think you take note of that. Yeah. So you are supposed to have B here, then here C. So this one was not supposed to be there. This side, take note. Otherwise, it would be a misrepresentation of facts. Okay. So it was supposed to be, yeah, I think something like that. Take note. That's what we're supposed to have. Okay. So if that's the case, the coordinates of A will still stand, but for B and C, that's what we will have to look at now. Meaning that for B, we'll have, look, when you look at negative half and 1, from 0, you begin to increase. So from 0, you go 0.5, 1. So meaning that, okay, so from 0, you go to negative 0.5, negative 1. So between negative half and negative 1. So this B should have a negative 0.5 because it is closer to 0, followed by this. So at this point, should be negative 0.5 or half, then here it should have negative 1. So meaning that for B, where we're supposed to have x, comma, y, we are saying B should be equal to our x for B should be negative half, comma, y, we already agreed that y is 0. Okay, so y is 0. Then for C, the same arrangement, x, comma, y, alright? Meaning that C will get negative 1, comma, 0. So these are the coordinates. For A, we have agreed that it's 0, comma, 1. For B, you have negative half, comma, 0. And for C, you have negative 1, comma, 0. These are the required coordinates. Thank you so much for this. Okay, sorry, there's even an exercise that you can do. Okay, so via the camera you can copy. You can put it there.
It's not very clear. That is supposed to be x squared minus 6x plus 8. Okay. Then like this one that talks about you have to sketch and find that's the B part here that you're dealing with. Okay. I'm sure this one is clear. This should be clear, this one. Okay. This should be clear. There's also this one here. There's also this one here. The B part. B part. These are questions from the past papers. Also, this is almost the same as what was given. Okay. So these are questions to do. All right. Thank you.